I used to think changing my life meant big, dramatic shifts, quitting my job, moving to another city, or overhauling every habit at once. For a long time, I would put off change because the idea of doing something huge felt overwhelming and honestly impossible. But there's a reason why most of us feel stuck in patterns that don't serve us, and it's not because we're lazy or unmotivated. The truth is, change starts with small moments that shift how you see yourself and the world. Everything changed for me when I discovered that spending just 3 minutes a day doing one simple thing could transform my mindset and eventually my entire life. If you want to break free from stress, feel more confident, or just wake up happier, stick with me because I promise this will surprise you. When I first tried this, I was skeptical. The idea that such a tiny time commitment could make any difference felt almost like a joke. But I was tired. I was stuck in a rut of negative self-talk and constant anxiety, and so I gave it a shot anyway. What I discovered was simple but powerful. For 3 minutes, I focused completely on one small positive act, practicing gratitude in a very specific way. Instead of just saying, "I'm thankful for my life," I wrote down 3 things I deeply appreciated, naming the feeling each one gave me and why it mattered. At first, I barely noticed any change. The first few days felt awkward, like forcing a habit that didn't quite stick. But by week 2, I realized I was starting to see my challenges differently, not as unbearable problems, but as chances to grow. You might wonder, why gratitude? That's a fair question because we all know gratitude is good, right? But here's the thing. Gratitude isn't about ignoring difficulties or pretending life is perfect. It's about training your brain to find pockets of peace and joy when everything else feels chaotic. Science backs this up. Studies show that people who practice gratitude regularly have lower stress hormones, better sleep, and are more resilient to pain and trauma. Imagine your brain as a muscle that gets stronger with repeated positive use. Each minute of gratitude is like a rep in the gym, building mental resilience and changing your emotional baseline toward calm and contentment. To get started, set a timer for 3 minutes right now. Grab a notebook or even your phone's notes and write down 3 specific things from today that brought a spark of joy, connection, or peace. Be as detailed as you can, don't settle for good weather, but say why the sunshine warmed your soul or how a smile from a stranger lifted your mood. The crazy part is, you don't need to overhaul your whole life. This tiny habit rewires your mind, and over weeks, you'll notice you experience less overwhelm and more moments where life feels manageable. After about a month, I was stunned to realize I wasn't just going through the motions anymore. I was actively choosing where to focus my energy and noticing things I used to miss. This wasn't magic. It was rewiring a pattern that had kept me stuck in negativity for years. But gratitude alone wasn't enough. So I added a second tiny habit, breathing deeply for a full 3 minutes, right after writing down my gratitude. Now, this is something you might resist, and believe me, I get it. Sitting still and focusing on breath seems almost too simple to help with all the chaos life throws at us. Yet the moment I combined these 2 simple things, everything shifted. Taking 3 full minutes to breathe deeply slowed my racing heart and quieted my busy mind. The result was immediate, a sense of calm that felt like a mini reset button for my nervous system. When you're overwhelmed, it's like your brain is stuck in overdrive, revving too fast and burning out. Deep breathing flips that switch, activating the part of your brain that handles rest and relaxation. Think about it like a manual brake for your stress. Try this right now. Sit or lie down. Place one hand on your belly and slowly inhale through your nose for a count of 4. Hold for 2 and exhale for 6. Do this continuously for 3 minutes. The challenge is sticking to it every day at first. I won't sugarcoat it. It takes willpower to create space for yourself in a busy day. But once you do, it creates a ripple that changes how you experience the rest of your day. Beyond calm, I noticed I became less reactive to situations that used to trigger me. Arguments felt less intense, deadlines less terrifying. I began to approach problems with clearer thinking instead of panic. The beauty is this isn't about adding more stress to your day by piling on to-do lists. It's about carving out a pocket where you can reset, refocus, and remind yourself you're okay right now. Finally, the third 3-minute habit I added was speaking kindly to myself. Now, if you're anything like me, that voice inside your head can sometimes be brutal. I used to think that harsh self-criticism was motivating, that beating myself up would drive change. Spoiler alert, It just drained me and made me feel worthless. Everything changed when I started talking to myself like I would a good friend, particularly during those tough moments. For 3 minutes, I practiced saying supportive and kind phrases out loud. Like you're doing your best. It's okay to be imperfect, or mistakes don't define you. At first, it felt awkward and forced. I wasn't used to being gentle with myself. But over time, I noticed a shift in how I handled setbacks. Instead of spiraling into shame or frustration, I bounced back faster. Saying kind things literally changed the tone inside my head from criticism to encouragement. And science agrees. Self-compassion improves emotional resilience and reduces anxiety, according to multiple psychological studies. To try this, pick 3 affirmations that resonate with you. Write them down, say them aloud slowly for 3 minutes, really feeling the meaning behind each phrase. Combine these tiny habits, gratitude, breathing, and self-kindness, and you create a powerful toolkit that dissolves negative spirals before they start. That small daily investment of 3 to 9 minutes becomes the foundation for a life that feels more peaceful and in control. So here's what I want you to do. Start small. Try spending just 3 minutes today practicing gratitude in the way I described. See how it feels to slow down, focus on your breath, or speak kindly to yourself. You don't have to do all at once. Pick what fits you and build from there gradually. I promise the hardest step is simply starting. Once you commit to this tiny daily pause, you'll be amazed at how many things start to shift. Your mindset, your energy, your relationships. Look back after a couple of weeks and see for yourself. Life doesn't have to be complicated or overwhelming. Sometimes the biggest changes come from the smallest consistent action, especially when they come from a place of love and care for yourself. What's one thing you're grateful for today? Drop it in the comments. I'd love to celebrate with you. If you found this helpful, hit like and subscribe because more simple, life-changing habits are coming your way.